We are starting national seminar and we are talking of a bill, 120 Amendment Bill 2019, which was introduced in the Rajya Sabha on 6th of February 2019. Such why also why is it happening? I was trying to ask myself an answer and couldn't find anything. Was it only to, I don't want to use that word, to show that yes, they are concerned with you and we will show you something but we will not give you. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. And we will not do it. We will not allow you to do it. We are a democratic country. If you have shown us, it is not a charity you have given us, it is our right which you have given us. And we will take it. Today I am एक और लोग पैसों के बाद साइड को पासपोर्ट को नाम से नेक्स्ट टाइम वाले बाजार नाम जमा करेंगे हमको और कोई नहीं because I will concentrate only on this bill because that is the subject of today's discussion. Most of us, our eminent speakers have told you what is in the bill. I will just highlight on 2 or 3 points. One is we have 6 scheduled areas. In my book, we have said why we have 6 schedules. Our founding father gave us 6 schedules. And people in Delhi mostly think this is something like panchayat or municipality. Not panchayat, it is not municipality, it is 6 schedules. We are at 3rd layer of democracy after the center and the parliament at the national level, state at the state level, state government, and we are the district council government. We are a government in ourselves. We are not a panchayat body, something like that, subordinate to the district, subordinate to the state. We are a constitutional body which is recognized by the constitution as an independent body. Now, why I say we are at par with the other governments? We are a government because who are given the power to legislate? We have 3 wings. We have legislative wing, we have executive wing, and we have judicial wing. Now, center has all the 3. You can see government, parliament, Supreme Court, states have state legislature, parliament, state legislature, state government, and the district and the high court, district courts. In this district council area, we have legislative power. No municipality, no council, no has legislative power. We have executive power. And we have courts, so the district council courts, especially in Nashik, we have a lot of cases going on in the Supreme Court regarding all the district council court. They are the district council court. So we are at par with the government. So don't treat us as the constitution has now, there is a tendency to treat us at par with the municipalities, at par with the panchayats. We are not. Panchayats have been there in the country before that. After 73rd Amendment in 1993, they have been given constitutional status. But we have constitutional status about district councils since 1950, before and on the commencement of the constitution. So people have to recognize that we are not panchayats and we are not municipalities, we are district councils and it is government in itself. Very important. Now, we have been given various powers to enact laws on the paragraph 3. We have been given certain additional power to Guardian Law and Nimas of paragraph 3A and certain additional power to the Bodo and territorial district council in paragraph 3B. Some additional powers. We have power, but how do we execute? We have to have a purse. A person to purchase a nickel go. Purchase a money and never come to him. Come to him money. And we have very limited power of taxation. You have tax over under the 6th schedule, I am saying, professional tax over, animal tax over, hospital tax over, toll over, that's all. That's all royalty percentage of the amount. So unless I have a purse full of money, I can't work for you all people. I have to work. This is also money for the account of foreign. Can I do it? We have no purse. I can't collect taxes. I have very, very limited resources. That's how, in that context, after various MOUs, there was the Karti Accord, there was the Himanasa Accord, there was the Meghalaya Accord. So, 125th bill preamble also says to operations in this. These are the demands to meet. We have introduced this 129th Amendment bill. Now, the most important thing of that is financial autonomy. And they have introduced clause CA say in Article 280 of Finance Commission of Law, it is how the taxes connect over. Let us understand that part of it. Taxes, District Council law is para 8 of this month extra, this month royalty tax, that's all. Nothing beyond that. Now, so far as central government is concerned, it levies taxes on all the union list subjects, stuff like income tax, custom duty, now GST. State government levies taxes, now the GST, they levy taxes on mineral rights, they levy taxes on vehicle, excise duty, etc., etc. Now, this money is distributed between the union and the states under the constitutional mechanism. Under Article 70, everything has to be distributed. Let me look at the formula. In the state government, then the 93rd amendment, the 94th amendment to Panchayats and municipalities of government. The finance commission or state finance commission, that will involve only regarding state funds, how to be distributed, allocated to the panchayats. Now, see. This 25th amendment introduced clause CA, which only says to augment the consolidated fund of the state and make recommendation by the finance commission of the state. So, state or distribution law, to panchayats and municipalities. Now, 3A says state or fund taking how to distribute between the state government and the panchayats. Now, CA between the state government and the district councils for the state finances. What about the national finances? Why not we get money out of the national pool? There is no provision in that even. According to your suggestion, half year down the line, we should adopt a resolution today. I have spoken about it in a meeting, small meeting, 3-4 days yesterday, that we should have a provision in the bill, and our honorable, we have 25 MPs from the Northeast, we have about, I think, 14 or 15 MPs in the Rajya Sabha. We should bring an amendment when the bill is went into discussion that so far as the Finance Commission of India is concerned, while they allot funds to the state governments, there must be specific recommendation for allotment of funds to the district council. Because we should not be dependent upon the state funds only. Now, the present provision is only for distribution of money, measures to augment the state consolidated fund of the state, and for distribution of the finance on the basis of recommendation of the finance commission of the state. I want to add there that we should have a provision in Article 380, add additional clause 3A in the language. I am reading it little slowly. I will give a copy to the organizers here. We must add this, that the Finance Commission of India, while making recommendations under clauses A and B of Article 380, that is when they allocate fund to the state, and under Article 275, that is when they allocate fund to the grants aid to the states, shall make provision for allocation of funds to the autonomous district councils in the tribal areas within the states referred to in clause 2 of Article 244. It is a district council. Special provision must be made of the national fund or the national collection or the union fund. And union collects most of the taxes, income tax, GST, custom duty, etc. And that is allocated to the state, then states allocate to the district councils. Now, what about Finance Commission? The Finance Commission of India does not make any recommendation, and there is no requirement in the Constitution to make any recommendation by the Finance Commission of India that suppose we are giving 100 rupees to a state, how much to go to the district council? It is up to the state government, up to the state finance commission. That needs to be changed. That's one of my important suggestions to all of you, especially the organizers. Once they carry it forward, we must carry beyond 132 amendment. Let's not confine it to 132 amendment. That's my first very important, because the entire amendment is 280, that is the financial autonomy. And we can't have the financial autonomy unless we get the direct funds from the central government. And why should we not? The problem is that in Delhi, everybody thinks when the Supreme Court, everybody thinks, no, what is district council? Panchayat. No, Panchayat doesn't apply to the Panchayat law. I have to fight in the court to say that no, it is not Panchayat, it is not municipality, it is district Please understand what is district council. We are bracketed together in this provision, in the amendment, with the panchayats and district council. For panchayats and municipalities, we should have a separate provision for district council. That's my first request, which we should carry forward further while asking for implementation of 106 amendment. Second is about the women reservation. The amendment bill says women reservation in paragraph 2A for the panchayat, village councils and municipal councils. It does not say about reservation in the district councils. Now, unless 50 women are 50% of the population, and presently also we find even in district councils we are very less women number of members. And then we have the election that we want because the women voters voting for the parliament system. And I am not on that. I am only saying we must have equal participation in the member. Now, in this, there is a lacuna according to me. So far as parliament is concerned, so far as legislature is concerned, there is a provision that will be 1/3 will be members of the parliament and 1/3 will be the legislature women. It will be implemented from the next Education Commission. We will come to that later on. Whenever it is implemented, 2 years, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, whenever there is a new Education Commission, it will be there 1/3. For the district council, there is no provision in this for reservation of seats for women. So according to me, we should have little changes here. That this 1/3 would also be for the district council and not confined to the village council and the municipal council as the present bill is there. And the thirdly, is the very important thing is about special provisions. Now we all know that the ruling party head is invited to be the chief minister, and it is up to the chief minister to constitute his cabinet. It is sole discretion of the chief minister to constitute cabinet. As it is the national level party, the prime minister is invited and the UN's advice is done. But in 4 states in our country, there is a provision that you have to have a minister for tribal affairs. We have in Assam, we have in other non-states, but not as a constitutional mandate. It is up to the chief minister to do it. 164 provides a very peculiar provision that 164 says the government will be headed by the chief minister. And the provider says for the 4 states, namely the Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha, which has large majority of tribal people, there shall be minister for tribal affairs, specifically designated. Why not we have specially designated ministers for each of the district councils? We should have that provision in Article 164. If I can read to you, 164 says, provided that in the states of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, there shall be a minister in charge of tribal welfare, who may in addition to other things. So there should be for each district council, we have 10 district councils in the northeast, 3 in Assam, 3 in Meghalaya, 3 in Mizoram, and 1 in Tripura. We should have dedicated ministers so that when there is council of ministers, we have our representative. We have a district council representative who would be a minister, who would be an MLA from that area, and he has to be a minister. Then by cabinet discussions, we come to know what is the cabinet discussing. He can put forth our point of view, and then he can carry it forward. That is also a very important requirement. According to me, we should move it while taking it further. An amendment is required for that purpose in the 120 amendment bill. And finally, regarding Bodo, I want to say something. This seminar is organized by the all Bodo Students Union. I am grateful again that you have invited me. I will have some connections with, as I was introduced that I was born in, coming to I was born in Roha, Assam, where again I started my education from the 4th standard. Not because I didn't want to read, because there was no school, primary schools. The moment I said, we were not going to school. It's not necessary that you have education, you need culture. That's why I was hearing my predecessors speaker. Why we were 6 scheduled concerned? We are all Indians, we are proud Indians, but we are equally proud of our traditions, we are equally proud of our culture, we are equally proud of our education system. system. We have different inheritance, we have different customs. That has to be preserved. As I said, the democracy, the majority rules. But the success of democracy, when every single individual feels they are part of it. We should not be a small minority group, I will not say religious or cultural or ethical. It is ethnical. Whichever group we are, we all have to have a representation there. That's why 6 was born. And they were saying regarding this reservation of seats for Bodo in the assembly. Now, while this 2000 accord was there and then 2003 amendment was there, creating the 6th schedule as a Bodo part of Bodo. There was a provision introduced in Article 332(6) saying that we will have the same, maintain the scheduled tribe proportion in the scheduled, non-scheduled tribe proportion in the assembly. At that point of time, it was about 23% Bodo people or scheduled tribe people in the Bodo area. But the number of seats reserved were 6 out of 11. That is 55% seats. And there was a lot of discussion in the parliament. I was leading the parliament debate. Some people say for 30% people, you are reserving 55% seats. Because all over the country, the system of reservation is in proportion to the population, total population of the state. Suppose you are 20% of the total population of the state, then scheduled tribe seats are 20%. If the scheduled caste is say 20% or 30%, then 30% seats are reserved. But in case of Bodo, a different scheme was visualized. That is for 32% population, but 55% seats. Now, the new delimitation commission which was done in 2023, Mr. Rajesh Kumar was the chief election commissioner and he was heading the delimitation commission for Assam. The number of seats for the MLAs have been increased from 11 to 15 for the 4 districts in which the Bodo area, Bodo territorial council is there. But the number of reserved seats has decreased to be 6. Though the population of 2001 and 2011 also say about 30 to 32% are the scheduled tribe population. So it is to be pro rata increase. For 11 out of 11 seats, we had 6 seats. Now out of 15 seats, also we had 6 seats. Because where the perception was that we cannot increase, but that's a wrong perception again. Now, elections are coming, according to me, it was a proportion to increase actually there. It should have 2 more additional scheduled tribe seats. For which, again, something needs to be done, which what can be done, we will discuss it if required. So these are the 3 or 4 issues which, according to me, it is our due, it is our, not only demand, it is our right, and we will get our right, we must get our right. And I am glad that we have so much of people from Bodo area, we have people representation from the Khasi area also here. We have Shri, I will start with the formal thing that Mr. Deepan Bodo, President of actually sharing it. We have Supervisor Deputy Minister of Government of Tripura we have here. We have Ramesh Chandra, former VC of Maharashtra Parliamentary Sanskrit University is here. We have Mr. Pramod Bodo, who is the signatory to the Bodo Accord. Who had Mr. Finance CM, former CM of the Khasi District Council. Mr. China, former CM of the Khasi District Council, and we have various persons from the different fields here who are from Assam and who are from Assam, but presently they will like one of me. And it's really good that all 10 district councils must join hand together, give us composite memorandum to the government of India. All the MPs from the Northeast must give a composite memorandum to the government of India. And with the bill is pending for 6.5 years, it is not a very happy state of affairs. It is really bad, it is sad. It has been shown to me, all right, to be Sayaka, to be Lawamawar. It is in the container. It is Panina and Panina. It's something like that. We have been shown that this is a bill. For 6.5 years, for no good reason, you can keep it pending like this. As I said that yes, sometimes we have different expressions in the meeting. Sometimes you have to raise your voice to be heard. Normally, normally I won't raise my voice. But sometimes about whether I will also raise my voice. Sometimes you have to raise your voice. And I am glad that you have tomorrow we have some gathering in the protest in the Janata Mandal. So we should have more, and we should have something consolidated for all the district councils, always anywhere, every artist also, have friends from the media, and it has to be focused. It has to be focused. Then only, we are one, we have to show 10 hands are only one hand. Then only we can go further and then we will achieve this. And I have no doubt with this enthusiasm, with this participation, with different persons from different walks of life sitting here, and so many persons sitting there, and so many media persons also there, our voice has to be heard, and I am sure it will be heard. And I am there if there is anything required from my side, definitely